So the strategy I've chosen to use today would be the KWL chart, which stands for what I know, what I want to know, and what I learned. This strategy is really effective. I've seen it used with first graders, but I believe truly it could be effective with all elementary grade levels, even to the middle school level, possibly. I definitely think it couldn't hurt. It can help at various levels. As far as English language learners go, maybe not the best for those just starting out that don't know too many words or too many phrases, but I think it's great for specifically the emerging stage, but also more advanced stages, all the way up to the bridging or even almost fluent stage that are on par with the native English speakers. As far as materials used, um, obviously each student will need paper and pencil. So the KWL chart is one material that would be great to use. So it's kind of like a graphic organizer. It's got to set up into their 3 columns of what I know, what I learned, or what I want to know and what I learned, and the topic. So every student would need one of these. And this can be done if you want to do it as a whole class. I've seen it done as a whole class. You can put it up on the overhead projector if you have one of those. Use that and fill it out together. You can have the students fill them out individually on their own. You can set up, groups of 2, 3, 4, have them fill it out kind of together. So the purpose of a KWL chart, it really helps to allow students to elicit their background knowledge on a subject. So it really gives them thinking. It gives them a purpose for reading rather than just reading blindly and not trying to comprehend anything at all. And it gives them that purpose of being able to think about what they want to learn and what they want to get out of something, and then search for that in the book, and they might find something new that they didn't know before. It's also helpful with reading comprehension for those same reasons. So at that level, especially at the early elementary level, it's very important to start building those reading comprehension skills. So we'll go ahead and get started and simulating as if we were doing it kind of like with a first grade student or something like that. So my book today, I have an Army book. So I got an Army Strong book. So for our topic, the student would fill that part up top, and they'd put Army right up top in the topic there. Then they'd start filling out some stuff that they already know. So me trying to think like a first grader, a student may write something along the lines of who or where they fight at. They might already know that, hey, our soldiers like to wear camouflage, so they have camouflage uniforms. And they may know that they use guns. So they'd write all those things down, everything that they know, and then they'd start thinking of some stuff maybe that they want to know. So some examples are, what kind of training do they do? Or what other weapons do they use besides guns? Because I only know they use guns. So maybe the student would learn, some other techniques or some other weapons. So in that case, after that's all filled out, the student would go ahead and start reading some of the book. See if they can answer some of the questions they have. So, for instance, I'll flip to, random page here. So one of the questions was what kind of training they do. So maybe they read the book, open it, and look at that. Basic tactical training. So I'll read a little bit as if I were the student. Basic tactical training, or BTT, teaches soldiers individual movement techniques and how to engage the enemy with their M16 rifle. And on the very next page, there's first aid stick slings is what it says. So that's a first aid situational training exercises teaches the soldiers the necessary combat life-saving skills they or their battle buddy may need one day on the battlefield. So the student, after they finish reading, can write, they do first aid training, they do basic tactical training, so they're learning, kind of answering their own questions on what kind of training they do. Another question they had was, what other weapons do they use? So, flipping through the book here, I already see hand grenades. So the student may read hand grenades. Soldiers are taught every aspect of hand grenades, pulling the pin, throwing techniques, and the different types of hand grenades. so they can put that right in the what they learned column. So they also use hand grenades. So, I mean, not in every book, not all of your answers obviously are always going to get, or not all of your questions rather, are always going to get answered. So I think it's a good idea to encourage students, if they don't find the answer, to seek other sources of outside information to find these answers. But all in all, I think this is a great tool. The KWL chart hits on those three main things: the eliciting the background information of what a student already knows. It helps them, with reading comprehension, getting the reading comprehension down. And I think very importantly, it gives them a purpose to read. So they're, just not reading blindly because they're being told to read, but because they actually want to learn something. So there it is, the KWL chart.